Portion of this video is sponsored by Ivanki's 7-in-1 USB Type-C hub. That's probably no surprise to you, but being a fan of technology gets expensive. It hits the wallet especially hard. Talking a lot about the Pixel 5, mostly just out of personal interest. I love to see what Google can do year over year, how they can improve on hardware and software and ultimately give a better camera experience. So if you believe the rumors, the Pixel 5 could be coming as soon as this month for an alleged price point of $699, which we're keeping track. It's actually $100 less than the previous Pixel 4 launch point. So we made a video about other ways you could spend your money instead of buying an iPhone 12 and other Apple products. We're looking at the Android side of things, and particularly the upcoming Pixel 5. What can you get from the Android side for the alleged price of that Pixel 5 that runs the full gamut of tech products? So we're talking phone, tablet, headphones, and even some more killer accessories. That's what we're using as a basis for this video. Essentially $700 can get you a lot of amazing tech that ordinarily you would have spent for the latest flagship from Google. All right, so let's start with the phone. That's like the big one here, where the most of your money is going to go. And this should probably be no surprise. $350 of our budget is going to go for the Pixel 4a. We're gonna buy it directly from the Google store. You're getting an amazing phone here, and I think Google is leading the charge of redefining what a budget phone could and should be. First and foremost, you are getting an absolutely amazing camera, amongst the best camera phones of any device out there, including flagships. I like the build quality despite it being plastic. I think the screen is really good despite being lower refresh rate. Those are sort of sacrifices that I think most people are willing to make to get to that lower price point. It's been a really enjoyable phone to use. Performance has been great. There is a 5G version coming, but for the sake of our budget, $349 is going to get you an extremely capable, really good phone that's gonna run the most cutting edge version of Android and that guarantees you software updates for at least 3 years. All right, so next let's roll with a new pair of headphones, and we're going to go with the Pixel Buds. Expensive at $180, and if we find them any cheaper, we'll link to it down below, but we're gonna be buying these from the Google store. There's a lot of really good options for headphones from other Android manufacturers. I mean, Samsung, for example, just launched their Galaxy Buds Live. Those beans are really good. But we're opting for the Pixel Buds here. I like, when possible, to match the headphone manufacturer with the phone manufacturer. Pairing tends to be a lot easier, and there tends to be just less issues. So $180, you are getting perhaps some of the best touch controls that are going. You're getting a really small portable case, pretty decent battery life, really good audio. There are some issues with the Pixel Buds, but I think most headphones have some issue there. But if you put all this package together with your 4a, I think you'll be really happy for phone calls, music, and ease of pairing. All right, so let's get you a tablet too. Your new phone is great, but you want to do some tablet things. I would have liked to have kept things in the Google family, but their tablet side is not something that I'm going to recommend. So we're going to jump to Samsung here and their Tab A8. So at $150, this is a total steal from Best Buy. This is the perfect companion for media consumption. You're getting a super AMOLED display, so you know you're gonna get awesome colors, you're gonna get really deep blacks, and made by Samsung, so you know the quality is going to be really good. For all of your video watching, YouTube, TV, streaming, it is going to be an absolute perfect companion to take with you with your new phone and new headphones. Now, I do wanna give a caveat. We wanna keep the budget under that $700. But if you do want to stretch a little bit more, this would be the area I'd recommend spending more money. If you wanted a tablet that could do more than just media consumption, you're gonna wanna look at something a bit more powerful. Something like maybe the S7 Plus. That's something that can be used, of course, for media consumption, but also media creation and using a tablet like a PC. That use case might not be for everybody. A lot of people use their tablets just to passively watch stuff. And if that's you, the A8 is going to be perfect. But give it some thought here on what you're going to use your tablet for, and you may want to stretch the budget a little bit more to go for the S7 Plus. And the pricing on that is on the expensive side. It ranges anywhere from almost our whole budget, 649 bucks, up to over 1,000 depending on what size you're gonna get. But if we do find any deals on that, we'll link to it down below as well. I think at this point, it's good to call out sort of the beauty and diversity of Android. When we did the Apple video, we had to stick with just Apple's line of products. Here, we're able to sew some from Google, some from Samsung. We could have picked other tablets, and we could have picked other headphones, different manufacturers. It's sort of fun to have that versatility depending on the product that you want to ideally suit your needs. So I probably don't have to tell you that things are going USB Type-C, right? Sky's blue, you knew that. But you're also probably struggling in your bag or living that dongle life to get a bunch of different accessories to let your computer do what your old computer could do with all of its ports. And that's where you want a USB Type-C hub. And that's where a guy like this comes in insanely handy. This is Ivanki's 7-in-1 USB Type-C hub. So the highlight for me is the HDMI port. It can support 4K resolution with HDR, all sort of the goodies you'd expect for a modern monitor. My computer at home is hardwired in, so this has gigabit Ethernet already included on the end. You've got two USB 3 ports, so those are USB-A. You've got an insanely awesome USB-C port that's power delivery 3.0, so it can charge whatever you want up to 100 watts. It also has SD card slot, micro SD card slot here, so whatever you're going to need to plug in for I/O or to charge, the Ivanki dock's got you covered. If you decide that you want something like this and you buy it from Amazon, of course, link to it down below, you're going to get a 54-month warranty. That's 4.5 years. I would imagine that you'll already be on your next laptop by the time the warranty on this dock runs out. So if you want to pick it up on Amazon, again, we'll link to it down below, but save some money is always good. So we'll have a code down there, but also use this, save some money and keep it in your pocket. All right, so if you are keeping track, we are now at about $677 pre-tax, so $22 below our $699 price point. You're getting killer phone, awesome headphones, and solid tablet, all for what the price of your Pixel 5 allegedly could be. But our caveat that we gave was Google lowering the price $100. Let's say hypothetically that the Pixel 5 comes in at the same price as the Pixel 4, and we're now from $699 to $799, and you, friend, have now $100 extra of budget. What should you do with it? For the extra $100, maybe you want to pay for more storage on a phone or tablet. You can do that, but let's say you want to diversify your portfolio a little bit and get some new tech. This is a solid recommendation. This actually came from my house. This is my wife's alarm clock that she uses. It's a Lenovo Smart Alarm Clock. Essentially, it's a tiny screen with Google Assistant built in. It has worked flawlessly. Usually it's about 80 bucks. Best Buy now has it on sale for about 50, and I think it is worth every penny. So Google Assistant stuff, you can talk to it. It's not necessarily gonna play videos for you, but it'll show you information like weather, for example. It gets dark at night, so it's not going to sort of shine a lot of light on you, which is a big consideration. She's loved it. It's a perfect size. There's a USB port in the back if you want to charge something else. It has been an absolutely awesome addition to our house, and at 50 bucks, it is a total steal. So now we're like 50-ish bucks below our $799 price point. So save the money, take yourself out to dinner, upgrade the storage options on one of your phones for the price of a Pixel 5, regardless whether it comes out at $699 or $799. You got yourself a rockin' phone, great headphones, a tablet, and maybe even a smart alarm clock by the side of your bed. That seems like a really good deal to me. Now, with all this awesome stuff, there are gonna be some sacrifices, things you're not gonna get, presumably with that Pixel 5. Not quite sure what's happening with them in 5G, if it's gonna launch or which version. but you're not going to get the faster refresh rate that you presumably will get on the 5. Rumors are it's going to be 90 Hertz versus the 60 on the Pixel 4a. You're not going to get wireless charging, any sort of IP rating, and those kind of things. That's a fair trade-off. I am willing to live with those small trade-offs for a still really capable Pixel 4a, but that's gonna be a personal decision, where you want to spend your money. But if you're looking to save some bucks, go down the path that we said. I think you'll end up really happy at the end. I mean, so 2020's been just like a dumpster fire of a year. But if there's like one nugget of positivity, it has been a really good year for tech. And I think 2020 will go down as the year of sort of the budget-ish phones becoming mainstream and becoming really, really good, and any stigma that used to go along with them being gone. The Pixel 4a is blazing a new path. The OnePlus Nord is here to sort of push the flagships around. You can get awesome things without breaking your bank. And sort of the thought that if you want to have something new, you have to spend every cent you have is false and inaccurate. And I think maybe I'm guilty of propagating that, of showing the latest technology and make people think they need to spend their money to get it. That is not always the case. For every Pixel 5, there's a 4a. For every iPhone 11 or 12 Pro, there's an iPhone SE. There's a really good option and alternative now with almost any product you want to get. And I challenge most people to think about how you're going to use whatever you're about to buy. See if that lower price option can work for you. That was sort of the impetus behind the series of videos, was that maybe you don't need a Face ID and face scanning. Maybe a rear fingerprint reader is good enough and you can save that money for something else. So I challenge you guys to look at where you're spending your money on tech if you're making that choice to spend it, and see if it's worth it to you. Is there a lower cost option? And I think for a lot of people, they'll find that lower cost option provides the same use case and utility as a more expensive one. It's worked for me, and I think for a lot of people, it could work for you as well.